What's going on, guys? FlameHorizon here, coming at you with the draft analysis for the United Showdown League Yellow League. I'm in another draft league. I joined the server hosted by Jolts Volts about a month ago, trying to get into the YouTube league that he is hosting. And, well, I was one of the 16 people that made it in, and we did the draft. We started last Tuesday, and we finished on Friday, I think it is. Today's Saturday. So, yeah, it went pretty fast. I'm glad it went so fast, because I didn't want to have to sit there and do such a slow draft. But, you know, we're going to get right into things, and instead of going into the team builder, like most people do, we're going to do a, what's the word I'm looking for? An in-depth team builder, basically. So, my first pick was not the pick I'm about to show you. I'm going to go, it's GBA style, so it's, you know, 1 tier 1, 1 tier 2, 2 tier 3s, a tier 4, a tier 5, your mega, and then 4 free picks. So, it was basically stuff that I'm used to. I also get 1 Z Captain, which will be the last Pokemon I show. But, so we're going to get right into things. My tier 1 pick was Terrakion. Now, you would expect Terrakion to be my Z-move user, but there's another Pokemon on my team where it worked a lot better with. But yes, my tier 1 pick was Terrakion. Base 129 attack, base 108 speed. It's just a monster. I don't even have to run Choice Scarf with that speed. If I can just like outpace certain mons, I can run Life Orb, I can run Choice Band. I'll probably run in Choice Scarf a lot of the times, but with these stats, I could probably run a bulky bulk up set if I wanted to. Does it get bulk up? But yeah, this is probably the set with like the Life Orb and Swords Dance, Double Dance. It's probably the set I'm going to be running quite a bit, because Double Dance is amazing. But does it get bulk up? It does not. I could totally run a special set with Calm Mind if I wanted to. But, going through, it has a lot of good potential Z moves that I could use. But there's one Pokemon that had a lot more that I wanted to use that I wanted to use other than this. Work Up could be something I could use. I could use Taunt. Taunt is going to come into play because this thing is going to outspeed a lot. Aerial Ace for coverage. Block. I don't know when I'd ever use Block. Bulldoze. Calm Mind. Close Combat. You know the works. But, yeah, it's just Terrakion. It's a physical beast. I can't wait to use it. Never used it in a league. It's going to be a lot of fun to use. My tier 2 pick was Raikou. I needed a fast electric type, and this is one of the ones that was left. Base 115 speed, base 115 special attack, great special defense, could be a great special wall with an assault vest. Subpar defense, subpar attack, decent HP. The Calm Mind set, Sub Calm Mind, is one of the best sets in the Draft League format, in my opinion. Especially for this, because it just demolishes teams. Because if you make it bulky enough, nothing can really break a substitute, and then you start setting up Calm Mind and sweep. But another set that I could run would be like Rain Dance, Weather Ball with Thunder, which would be a lot of fun, because Weather Ball, I believe, is a pre-bank move? Question mark? Yeah, it's got Weather Ball right here. So I could totally run Weather Ball if I wanted to. That might come into play at some point in the season. But yeah, definitely one of the better fast electric types in the league, and doesn't have to like stick to what it does. Most fast electric types stick to what they do. This one doesn't have to. This one doesn't have to be the Volt Switcher with choice specs. This one doesn't have to be the Intimidate, Volt Switch, Flamethrower set like Mega Manectric. This can be whatever it wants to be. I love its versatility. I can't wait to use Raikou. Next up is one of the best nukes, just in Pokemon in general, because of its massive attack stat. It has Sheer Force. It has Flare Blitz. It's just a monster. And that is Darmanitan. Now, I don't know how to use Zen mode, but if I figure it out, I might end up using Zen mode at some point. But what was I about to say? Like I said, base 140 attack, 95 speed. So it's outsped by a lot, unless I run the Choice Scarf. Base 105 HP. So this thing has a lot of HP. It has no strategies as of yet. I could go to the Gen 6 ones if I wanted to, but I'm not going to. But it does get Belly Drum, which would also be like just for fun. It gets Flame Charge, so I could do Belly Drum, Flame Charge, and then just start sweeping. I've done that with the Charizard before, and that's hysterical. Hammer Arm, Gyro Ball. I probably would never use Gyro Ball on it because it's already so fast. Sub Punch is something I could do. I could do Fling with a Light Ball to paralyze something. I could do Power Up Punch if I wanted to. Probably never would. Rock Slide. I believe it gets U-Turn as well. Yeah, Scarf Set would work a lot. Zen Headbutt, Superpower, stuff like that. This thing just has a lot of coverage, has a large attack stat, and then Zen Mode has a lot of special attack. So to take use of that special attack, there's, you know, Flamethrower, Fire Blast, Focus Blast, Grass Knot, any hidden power I need, Overheat, Psychic, Solar Beam. Probably would never use Solar Beam unless there's Sun Up. It does get Taunt if I need another Taunter. It gets Will-O-Wisp if I ever wanted to run a bulkier set. I can't wait to use Darmanitan. I've been swept by Darmanitan before, and it's just brutal. And it's just a really great late game cleanup Pokemon. So I needed a bulky water, and I've already taken up my tier 1, my tier 2, and one of my tier 3s. So as a tier 3 bulky water, I nabbed up Vaporeon. Now, Vaporeon can also be a really good choice specs Pokemon at base 110 special attack. I didn't even know it had that much special attack. But I needed a Cleric. It's a good Wish Passer. It's good with Heal Bell, Scald, and all that jazz. I've never used Vaporeon in the Draft League format either. For some reason, it's NU. What is wrong? But looking through the moves it has Acid Armor to boost defense. That'd be fun. Aqua Ring to stall out. Baton Pass for momentum. I'm not sure if I'd ever use Bide. Looking through. I could run a Curse set with Waterfall if I ever wanted to. I could run so much with this. You know, Hydro Pump, as I said. Hyper Voice. There's I could do Last Resort if I wanted to. Quick Attack for priority. It gets Roar to phase out sweepers and such. It gets Shadow Ball, Signal Beam, good coverage. Surf, Scald, you know, the works. It's a good bulky water type. I needed something good. I can't wait to use Vaporeon. I've never used it. So for my tier 4, a Pokemon that I have used in the Draft League format before, it's also known as the Budget Garchomp, is Druddigon. Now, as I said, Budget Garchomp, Rough Skin, Rocky Helmet, pretty decent bulky stats. Decent moveset too. It gets Dragon Claw, it gets Earthquake, it gets Stealth Rock, gets Aqua Tail, gets a lot of good moves. It gets Fire Punch. I could run Sheer Force Life Orb with this too if I wanted to. But it's Hone Claws if I ever wanted to run like Iron Tail on it. This is something that I've used before but never actually used to its potential, and I can't wait to use it to its potential. It gets Shadow Claw. That could come into play later in the season too. It's Taunt, Torment, Toxic. Basically, this is going to be one of my physical walls. Could even be a special wall if I needed it to be. Definitely a fire type switch, and definitely a water type and a grass type switch in, especially if they're physical. But you know, we're gonna move on from that because this isn't even like the good stuff. So for my tier 5, I needed Bird Spam, and you know, I wanted Swellow, but Swellow got sniped like 3 picks before this. So I went and picked up #Team Jamie, which is Dodrio. And Dodrio isn't awful. Like, base 110 attack, base 110 speed, gets Early Bird, so it's a guaranteed Mega Venush switch in whenever I need to. Or just any like Spore or Sleep Powder switch in because it can wake up almost immediately. 110 attack. That's like 350 if it's max attack, 350 speed if it's max speed, which is probably what I'll be running most of the time to outspeed a lot of things. But it gets Brave Bird, it gets Return, it gets Double Edge, it gets Double Hit, Drill Peck, it gets Knock Off, I believe. Yeah, it gets Knock Off, it gets Jump Kick, Mirror Move, it gets Quick Attack for priority, which I'll probably need at some point. Sky Attack if I ever run Power Herb. which I could definitely do just to nuke something. Fast Taunt again, Fast Torment, Fast Toxic. It gets Whirlwind, which could come into play as well, but this thing is really frail, so I gotta be careful with it. I can run Swords Dance if I need to, force a switch, and then just sweep from there. I can't wait to use this either. I love Dodrio. I started using it in MU and it's a monster. So getting into my free picks. The first free pick I had made was I needed a spinner, I needed a steel type, and I needed a really good wall. So I went up and picked up Fortress. And a lot of people know what Fortress is used. Rapid Spin, Stealth Rock, Volt Switch, Gyro Ball. I have a lot of Stealth Rockers on my team, so I don't have to force this to be my Stealth Rocker. I have good hazard removal in some of my other picks, so I don't always have to make this be my Rapid Spinner. So I could technically run Spikes, I could run Volt Switch, I could run Gyro Ball, or some other moves that it has that I could run. I could run Earthquake if need be. I could run Explosion for the walls. Special attack status. If its special attack status is right around its attack stat, no, its special attack stat is a lot worse. Let's see what else could I run that would be helpful. There's Gyro Ball again. Magnet Rise means the ground type move is probably not as effective. It gets a light screen. I could use it as a screen setter if I need to. That's insane. Gets Rest, of course. Gets Return. Gets Revenge. Mainly be using this as a wall. I don't know what's up with me right now. I'm about to sneeze and it's not coming out. But yeah, I can't wait to use Fortress. Never used it in League format, but I have used it outside of it. And I use it on my UU teams as my spinner, and I love it. But to get into some of my other hazard control, I still needed a grass type at this point in the draft, and a grass type would have been really helpful. I wanted Serena, but I got drafted a little bit before, so I had to spend a little bit extra points, but I did end up getting Delmise. Delmise with Steelworker basically makes it a steel type, gives it stab on steel type moves without the what's it called? Without the like 4 times fire weakness. But Ghost Grass, so now I have an immunity to normal type moves, barring Scrappy. 131 attack, 100 defense, 90 Spadef. So this thing's kind of bulky, pretty bulky. This is probably the set I'm going to be running quite a bit, but I'll probably switch it up at times. Because it does get Aerial Ace, it does have Brick Break, it does have Earthquake. Yeah, I can run a lot of stuff with this. It has Gyro Ball to take advantage of its low speed. And Gyro Ball would get stab boosted, so that's awesome. Shadow Claw. What's your special attack stat? I know it's probably not as high. 86 is not awful. Probably never run a special set with this, but you know, we'll just have to see what Delmise can do. I've never used it, but I've seen it used, and it's actually not that bad. So I can't wait to use it. So I said I had to spend more with my free picks. So that actually made me have to draft a really low tier fairy type. Sorry guys. So I drafted what I like to call the low budget Fables, which is Wigglytuff. And I've never used Wigglytuff, but you know, a lot of HP. Decent special attack. It has competitive. What competitive is, it's basically Defiant, but special. So I'm going to take use of that. Frisk is good to get information. The special moves it learns, it's got pretty decent coverage. Blizzard, it's got Bubble Beam. Oh yeah, because it's a transfer move from Gen 1. Counter, if I needed that. It's got Dazzling Gleam, of course. Endeavor, if I ever wanted to use that, that could be fun. Basically send it in to take a whole bunch of damage to a Focus Sash. And then Endeavor it down. Does it get Quick Attack? No, it doesn't. If I ever wanted to run physical, there's Play Rough. I believe it does get Hyper Voice as well, so yep, it does. It's Ice Beam. Does it get Thunderbolt? It does. It gets Toxic, so I can Toxic things. It gets Tri Attack. I could run Tri Attack over Hyper Voice. Tri Attack would be a lot more fun to run. What else could I run on it? Yeah, I just can't wait to use this. I believe it gets Flamethrower too. So this thing actually has pretty decent coverage, just a subpar special attack stat. I can make use of them against defoggers, basically, and get that special attack boost and do some damage before it dies. So, leading up to my last two picks, my Z-Move user, which I will do first, and then my Mega. So my Z-Move user was one of my free picks, and I saw it just kind of sitting there. And I haven't used it since the beginning of X and Y, which was 4 years ago. So, I'm happy to say that one of my favorite Pokemon is being used, and that's Scolipede. This is my Z-Move user because it has amazing coverage. Base 100 attack, not awful. Base 112 speed, but speed boost to boost that speed, so I can afford to run Adamant, which will help out quite a bit. Definitely going to be running Z-Moves on this every week. Because look at this coverage. Aqua Tail, Water EMZ, Earthquake, Ground EMZ, Normal EMZ with Giga Impact, with Iron Jail like Steel EMZ, Bug EMZ, Poison EMZ, Rock EMZ. Also gets, what is it? There's a couple other ones. Fight in EMZ, that was the other one I was looking for. I can't wait to use this as my Z-Move user because of all the coverage moves it has. Ugh. And if I ever wanted to run a special set, which I don't think I'll ever do, if I did run a special move, it would probably be mixed, and I'd have to do some calcs. But I could run Grass EMZ with Solar Beam to take out some water ground types that would switch in on this, like Swampert, like Quagsire, like Whiscash if I ever saw it. But I just can't wait to use this giant bug that's just like 13 feet tall, I think it is. It's just insane. I can't wait to use it. But then the pick that I made round one because I thought it was worth it. The pick that it's one of my favorite megas. It probably is my favorite mega because it's just so good, in my opinion. And that Pokemon is Mega Alakazam. Just look at that. 175 special attack, 150 speed. This thing is just a monster. The only thing I really have to be worried about with this is priority, which I can deal with, especially like Sucker Punch. I can run Substitute to dodge Sucker Punches, but this thing's coverage is just insane. It has Charge Beam in case I wanted to use that, Dazzling Gleam, Dream Eater if I wanted to run that kind of set, Energy Ball, it gets Focus Blast, it gets Grass Knot, it gets Knockoff if I ever wanted to do that, which I probably never would. Magic Coat to bounce back non-damaging moves. It gets Nightmare, that's disgusting. Gets Psychic, of course, gets Psyshock, gets Shadow Ball, gets Shockwave, gets Signal Beam. Gets a lot of really good coverage moves. Gets Thunder Wave if I ever wanted to use that. Gets Tri-Attack. Gets just a lot of good coverage moves that hit like trucks. Be using Hidden Power Ice quite a bit. I'll be using Hidden Power Fire quite a bit. I'll be using, what is it? Hidden Power Water if need be. Like, this is what I'm going to make a huge use of, is different hidden powers that I will need. But that is the team for the Minnesota Monfernos for the USL Season 1. If you enjoyed this draft breakdown, be sure to smash that like button. Let's go for 5 likes. And subscribe if you're new. Take care, everybody. I'll see you for week 1.